What is it like not to change your phone for 10 years? Today's guest is the iPhone 13 Pro Max equipped with an A15 processor and supports 120Hz high refresh rate. The only drawback is that after 2 years of use, the battery life is seriously insufficient. The battery capacity has also dropped to 3,700 mAh, which cannot meet the needs of this fan for a day of high-intensity use. Considering that this fan is also a learning enthusiast, in this video, we will upgrade his battery to 8,800 mAh and memory to 1 TB, maximizing his battery life and storage. Space for more intensive and longer learning. We start by removing the internal screws and shields, separating the screen, then removing the battery, and cleaning up the battery glue. We then remove the motherboard and polish the original 256GB hard drive. Honestly, it still hurts a bit because if it were a typical expansion, the master would just pry it off with a heat gun and sell the hard drive for money, but for safety and stability, we use CNC precision milling, which is stable and does not damage the motherboard, so there is no risk of data loss if the phone is dropped. This step is to suffocate the new hard drive and is the final step in the expansion. We then install the new 1 TB hard drive back onto the motherboard. Only those who have experienced it know how much steady material can be stored with 1 TB. We are now going to replace this phone with an 8,800 mAh battery to make it last 2 days without charging. Friends who are familiar with our work know that this type of modification will slightly thicken the body, so we need to elevate the facial recognition components. This modification is essentially just installing a thicker battery, and the process is similar to replacing a normal battery. Those with strong hands-on ability can also install it at home. We install a heatsink to help with the cooling of the device, and a custom phone case. We seal it with a ring of structural glue and tighten the screw in the lower left corner. This iPhone 13 Pro Max now has the memory and battery life to last another 10 years. The battery capacity has reached 8,815 mAh and the memory is fully maxed out to 1 TB. The weight has only increased by about 50 grams. Facial recognition, fast charging, and wireless charging all work normally. Finally, we test the battery life by setting the sound and brightness to the maximum. After 1 hour and 7 minutes of intensive gaming, the battery has only consumed 1%. Are you satisfied with this battery life?